Well, we're going to start streaming, and I've got a lot to cover, as always. As always, I find a great article lurking out there in the midst of millions of articles. That's just the way it is. The way it is, right? So let's check it out. And for those of you who say, well, it's supposed to be 10 at 10, it's hopelessly not 10 minutes, it's always 12 or 15, sometimes 20. I say, tough luck, tough bananas. You only have to watch 10 minutes if you don't want to. You can watch whatever you want. So let's dig in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Well, what I wanted to start with is a kind of a peculiar. I actually heard it on the radio driving home from work, which is like 5 minutes, so it's really hard to get any kind of scope on the news. And then I asked Google what was in the news, and they had the same article, only they went into a little more depth. And so I thought I would let it illustrate something that I think is really interesting. And here we go. Wrong. Maybe we should start with that. That's more fun. Okay, we'll start with that. You talked me into it. And this is just a fun ad that may or may not be on the Super Bowl, but I liked it because it's marketing related. This is about the overhyped video film festival, an experience unlike any other. All the music and adventure you can handle. Lots of models. And a swimming pig. Uh-oh. Wait, this isn't the festival. It's top photo footage. So you can you can pretend you're at the festival and still afford a grilled cheese sandwich. Anyway, so I just thought, way to go, Shutterstock, in illustrating your own product. I think that's so powerful. Forget about the woke and all the rest of it. It's great to see a product that actually works. And so bravo for that. So now let's get over here to the I gotta figure out where stuff is. Okay, so here's the article that I wanted to talk about. Delta announced back in about October of 2018 they were buying new Land's End quality uniforms. Okay, and they have like 50,000 people or something, which I didn't realize. And they were all going to get these new uniforms from Land's End. So everybody was excited, and they had developed a cross-divisional uniform company to hear all the voices of the employees. And Land's End brought us innovative designs and fabrics, and their team was passionate about creating the most functional, high-quality uniform pieces. Right? It's not just a uniform company; it's a cool company, right? And they were going to have 1,000 wear testers and sporting uniforms on the job in December through March 2017. So it's a couple of years ago. Okay, so and their last update was more than a decade ago, so this was big news. So anyway, this was what I heard on the radio, that there's now a class action lawsuit against Land's End, alleging that the uniforms from the clothing manufacturer are making the airline's employees sick. And of course, it could be a placebo effect. You don't even know. But on the Google version, which I was just trying to Google good morning, and that may launch my phone into something that I don't want. I don't like it. It's got way too much. It goes on forever, and I don't even know. There's no app window that comes up for it that you can even turn it off. So I don't recommend it, although they're good. It's good with the weather. Anyway, so 525 employees are suing Land's End in a class action lawsuit, saying that this causes severe respiratory illnesses, rashes, blisters, boils, hair loss, hives, sinus problems, headaches, fatigue, nosebleeds, and anxiety. I like that last one. Not that flying around every day to new cities in a little tube, in a toothpaste tube of aluminum, doesn't give you any anxiety. But anyway, that occurred to me as I was reading this. Listen to this listen to the spec, though. Okay, 50,000 flight attendants. This is a lot of attendants. This is what the uniforms were supposed to do. They were supposed to be high stretch, wrinkle and stain resistant. Wrinkle and stain, not related. Waterproof, anti-static, and deodor. I love that one. Deodorizing. You don't have to wear deodorant. You don't have to shower. Just throw on your uniform. That right there, that one sounds suspicious to me, because that means that it's got to give off scent. And, there's a lot of people have scent sensitivity. So, but look at that spec. The plaintiffs claim that chemical additives and finishes used to achieve those characteristics are causing allergic reaction. And it's so hard, because you can have a placebo effect causing allergic reactions. It's so hard to say, okay, all of these chemicals are okay on their own, but possibly in combination with this, they're not. It's hard to say. It's confined space. It's hard to filter that air. You're in it every day. This does sound like a puzzle. And what I wanted to talk about, the reason I brought this up is because too often our spec, the specification, the thing we'd really, really like, especially when you look back at that other article where it talked about the committee that was going to decide on all these things, the vendor was going to bring all kinds of new stuff, and just surprises and wonder, and everything's going to be great. And there couldn't be any downside to high stretch, wrinkle, stain resistant, waterproof, anti-static, deodorizing garments. It'd be the ultimate thing. You never have to wash again. And you never have to wash the clothes or your body, because it would take care of you all day long from cradle to grave. Right. And that's the way we look at AI, I have to say. We have to say we want a machine that's going to tell us all about everything. What's going on? I've got all this data that I can't make any sense out of. Look at the correlations. Look at all the correlations. Oh my gosh. And, in theory and practice are the same, but in practice they're different. Yogi Berra said, I don't know if he said it, but it's attributed to him. One of my favorite sayings of all time. And so we have to step back and we have to say, maybe the ultimate solution isn't the ultimate solution. I did this article, 3 Signs That AI is About to Hit Trouble. And it talks about how IBM has been sitting on Watson's ability to play Jeopardy for basically a decade, 2011. And really, Watson hasn't done anything since. It failed at the University of Texas catastrophically. I mean, they bid it at $3 million, and after $63 million, it still wasn't diagnosing cancer properly. The doctor said you couldn't use it. And so maybe we're hitting the part of diminishing returns. This was an excellent article. The fact is, let's go up here and see this stuff. The fact is that I have, got to hit the right place in the button. I have dozens and dozens of articles. AI failures in 2017. Failure rate for big data. 85% of data projects fail. 87% of data science fails. My goodness. Here's a couple of good ones. Don't trust AI until we see the systems. That one probably I'm going to do tomorrow. Why you cannot afford to fail with AI with intelligent automation. AI and AX. Yeah, right. Okay. So anyway, up here, there's even more. 10 biggest failures of AI 2019, 2018, 2018. This was a good article. 87% of data science projects never make it into production, and on it goes. So what's the answer? Well, there's no simple answer. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about AI ROI in 90 days. I'm going to put up this webinar. It's going to be at noon to today. And I noticed someone from USPS has registered. It's going to be great. You're going to learn a lot. I got a special little. We can blink it. You can probably hear my mouse. This is highly automated. I'm a believer in non-automated. So to register and share this with your friends, fine with me. Go to wdma.org, which is over here. We're gonna go back to full screen. This is the WDMA site, beautiful site, Wisconsin Direct Marketing Association, and this is the way it comes up. And then when you click on here, you go over to this screen, and I actually fixed it so that the quantity is one, so you don't have to worry about it. So even on your phone, it works fine. On your phone, it looks much more like this. Gets like that. Probably like that. But you can still scroll down a little and hit register now. Put in your email. And the reason you want to register is because that's where the links are. But if you're watching it here on this channel right now, it'll be on here again. So I want to encourage you to come. I spent more time preparing for the webinar than I did promoting it, as usual, as I do every day. Every day, you figured this out. Every day I spend more time giving you content than I do promoting, and that's the way I believe it should be. But tell your friends, noon Chicago time on this channel is where I'm going to be watching for comments. Thanks for joining me. Like and share. Your friends will think you're smart. We're going to talk about how we got AI and machine learning to work. It's been working for 25 years, but we ran a test again this fall, and we got the results back on on Christmas Eve, and they are shocking. I have to say, they are just shocking, shocking, shocking. So let's get together. Let's get together this afternoon, noon, and let's talk about AI and how to make it work. Let's talk about AI you can trust. Have a great day. Bye-bye.